Got a question, Yuki?
Yes, this is going back to the Vandals in North Africa.
Yeah.
So, how did the Moors respond to the Vandals once the Vandals?
Like I tell you, the Vandals. This is you got to understand how white people and Asian people took over African countries.
Mhm.
Okay, five might come. Can we live here? You say, yeah, it's okay. We got plenty of land. Then 10 more. Can we stay here, sir? Oh yeah, we got plenty of land. Then when it became more Asians and more Caucasians, then they would just kill your asses off.
Mm.
And that's how they took over the world. They took over the world. They took over North Africa by a process of slow migration. And slow migration is they would come in, they would act all nice, and then once they became the majority, it just knock your ass off because they didn't. What do Asians in Africa? What do Asians and white people care? I mean, like do you know for many, the for many in China, often in China in a sense, man, they used when they would have holidays. Once they took over China, every time they had a holiday, they just like over here they would lynch people and have a picnic or something by sacrificing black people. Over in China, they would burn brothers up. Gang tribe. They would get them, go capture them a brother and burn his ass up to celebrate. Celebrate good times. Come on.
Mm.
See,
So,
they've
so,
always played on our niceness and our
mm.
our humbleness, humility.
I got a question. Okay, so is the Japanese, are they just offshoots of the Chinese?
Well,
Chinese.
the Japanese are offshoots of they were that okay. It's two types of Mongoloid people. They have the classical Mongoloids and the tall Mongoloids. Like the people of China, tall. Those are recent Mongoloids. The classical Mongoloids would be like the Filipinos,
Mm.
the Japanese, the Vietnamese, short Mongoloid. Well, see, many of the most ancient people that ruled Japan were black people. That's one. Have you ever noticed the difference between Chinese? No, no, I don't know. And but in Japanese, you got kuna sema kashi. It's more verbal. It's more in the sense rhythmic. The Japanese language.
Yeah.
Oh.
That comes from the fact that the ancestors of the Japanese were mainly black people.
That was pretty good Japanese. Are you fluent in it?
Like a little bit of a few words, just stuff I hear from the anime stuff.
You're good.
I
That
used
sound good.
well, I had to study I had to study Japanese back in the day. I could speak Japanese and read it good. In fact, for me to do my research, I had to learn a reading knowledge. Let me explain to you what it was. Is that when I was at university, we had area study, and so because you had area studies, like when I got my master's degree, I had to show that I could speak another language. Well, see, I took French. I took French for 4 years in high school, so I could pass the test to speak French. And so what I did is that so I want to do research on the history of black people around the world. So I had to learn Chinese, Tamil, Telugu. Okay, Chinese. Then I learned Tamil, Telugu. Those are Dravidian languages. Then I learned Japanese. I learned Quiche. I learned a couple of Mayan languages. Then I learned, in a sense, Elamite, Sumerian, uh, the Mandi language. So I had to learn. I had about man, not those words. All they just all in my damn mind. I might start saying anything. Bonjour, Nina Sema Kiswahili. Bonjour. Bismillah, Allah, 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 Bismillah, Rahmani Rahimi. Alinki Almadini Akanayan Mudu. Why Aganastain? Nina Sema Kiswahili, Una Sema Kiswahili.
Ooh,
You
that sound
know,
like that. It sound like The Exorcist.
yeah, I guess it is. Okay, here goes in French. Je peux parler français. Okay. You know, Nina Sema Kiswahili Swahili. Arabic. Bismillahi Rahmani Rahimi Maliki Medina Muduwa Kanaim. You know, Kamanaste. So then, but like I said, is that I only wanted to have a reading knowledge so I could read much of the language and then get a dictionary to know the rest.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but see that's one of the reasons why if you go to Amazon, you'll find I got what 40 books, and that's how I
Yeah.
was able to write the history of black people in China and the black people in Japan. All that's how I could do that because I had to learn those languages back in the day. When I was young, I used to keep that stuff up, when I
Did
was young and doing a lot of research.
Did you travel to any of these places?
No, man, I had too many kids. And I was like you. I had too many kids.
No, I feel you.
Got five there. I mean, you 20. How was
I'm 33.
okay? You
I'm
33. When
34.
I was okay, I got married. My wife was 18 and I was 19. And so by the time I was 29, by the time I was 29, we had 5 kids. Oh yes, sir. Shit, hell,
Getting
Mama
in.
said, "Nigga, you got to get a job." I wanted to be an artist. I wanted to be an artist and do that. No, I had to get a job. So I'll praise on to God. I was able to teach and I was able to support, but it was hard, man. It's hard. My father, I used to always tell my father, I said, why don't you why didn't you ever get a house? He said, Clyde, when you get a house, when the white man see you get a house, you get laid off or something like that. I said, Dad, I just think you just didn't really want to know. Anyway, I'm gonna just be quiet. I don't want you to slap me. And so we bought our first house in 1979. And what do you think happened? I got laid off. And then the man next to me, he bought a house and he got fired too. I said, what the hell is this? I said, my old man was right. He was right. For some reason they don't like to see a brother get ahead. But I got back working eventually. But I mean, so I had 5. So our last child was born in 85. He's 33, 34, something like that. But the thing is this, I mean, hey, I'm so happy. I'm happy I got married because of being a researcher, most researchers they die like Edgar Allan Poe, some of my other heroes, and they died very young. They died in their 30s, 40s. Most of the time when they die, they sell their body to science. All they research, all they research in a sense is lost. But by me being married and having a woman who loved me, she said, "Hey, you got to get a job, man." I said, "Can't I just do research?" No, you got to get a job. Look at me. You got a beautiful wife. You got to take care of me. I said, "Oh yes, sir."
That's something I say throughout the podcast. I've been saying like a lot of men don't want to find a woman or settle down because that woman is gonna tell you what it really is about. Like, what was you doing all day? She's like, what was you doing all day? Like, you just left the house and you came back with nothing. Most dudes
But see,
don't want to actually be accountable.
it's not just that. The average man is that when I was 14, 15. When I got to high school, so what was I, 14, 15 something. I wanted to go around my brother because my brother used to call him Mr. Ed on 47th Street. Oh, he was always at the pool hall. He retired as a policeman though, but anyway, he went to the military. Then when he got out of the military, I guess he just wanted to be that guy. So then I said, Ed, I want you to teach me how to rap. He said, okay, just follow me. He said the first thing he said is that here's your first lesson. If you ever need to survive, you find you a beautician, a teacher, or a nurse. He said a beautician, a teacher, a nurse, they'll always take care of you. So if you ever down on your luck and you need a way to make it, find that lady. And so he said, just follow me. So I followed him around for a while and watched him and stuff. And so then I said, but how do you rap? He said, just watch me. Okay. And so, to make a long story short, I learned that rapping, it wasn't any special words you say. To have game was just being able to step up to a woman, man. Step up to a woman and say, how you doing? And either she gonna say, get out of my face, or she gonna give you a number. But see, the average brother nowadays, the average man, period, cannot take rejection. Because the average man cannot take rejection, then therefore, in a sense, he become a passport bro. Because in a sense, you can't have intercourse and copulation. No, you see. And so then what I found in a sense is that it's just talking to a woman. That's what rapping is talking to a woman. But so many men cannot find a girlfriend, cannot find a woman because they don't understand there's no, either you talk to her, either she's gonna talk back or she ain't. Then in a sense, people say, how did you get a beautiful wife? because nobody talked to the pretty girls because they're afraid of them. I was around high school. I said, damn, these ugly guys, they got the prettiest women. And I know they just stepped up to them. You know what I'm saying? And so so many people, like a lot of people, they want to call themselves nerds, and they feel that they can't. No, it's no secret to talking to a woman. It's just talking to her. Either she gonna talk back or she ain't. Am I right or wrong?
Oh, that's right. You're right.
Ain't wrong.
You know, either she gonna talk back or she not. Remember, she choose you, but you're gonna get lucky sometime. You see what I'm saying? And so a lot of people, in a sense, they don't have that. They don't have game, but game is nothing but having the bravery. That's why a lot of brothers, in a sense, don't find a job. A brother go to a job and you have two or three employers say no. He gonna give up working. He gonna give up trying to find a job and try to sell some drugs. That
Man.
sister, if she go to 10 employees and they say no, she gonna go to an 11th and might get the job. See, we cannot, as men, black men, we cannot accept rejection. It's hard on us, very hard on us. That's why, in a sense, people feel that if you lose your job and you get out of work, that you're gonna become an alcoholic. You see, because most people, most men can't take that. Most men can't take rejection. Every woman is not a trick. You see, just like today, I was talking to this bro. I'm not gonna tell you who I was talking to. And so he was saying that a lot of black men cannot find black women because of the fact, in the sense that they're feminists. I said it's not that they're feminists. I said the average black woman been messed up by my mama or a lot of y'all grandmamas. He said, "What do you mean?" I said, because my father was a hoe. I love my old man, but he had gray eyes. And a brother with gray eyes and light skin, you know how the women gonna fall in love and want to throw that thing at you. And so my mother, she told my sisters that you got to be independent. You got to have a job. You can't trust a man to take care of you. You got to always make sure, in a sense, that you can take care of yourself. And I said that as a result, it was 10 of us, 10, 11, out of 5 girls, only one of my sisters ever had a successful marriage. You see, because they was trying to be independent and they didn't want to, in a sense, accept the leadership of a man. I said that didn't come from no feminism.
Yes.
It came from the fact that our fathers didn't want to take care of their family. See, my father taught me. My father said, Clyde, he said, I don't want you to ever be a weak ass man. I said, what's a weak ass man? He said, a weak ass man is somebody who flee. You know,
Mhm.
you take care of your wife, you take care of your children. You see, like all my sons. When my sons was growing up, I said, I love you. I can't help but love you. I kiss you on the cheek. I love the hell out of your ass. You're my baby. I love you. But I'm gonna tell you, as a man, love is not enough. I said, I don't want to just love you. I want to respect you, and I want you to respect me. And I said, the only way I can respect you guys is if you take care of your families, if you be the leader of your family, if you be that man who don't flee. You see what I'm saying? And so far, my sons, I can respect them because they take care of their families. But one of my sons, he didn't get married, but he still, him and the girl, they had a own thing. I'm old. I do it. I know what I believe in. But see, I got married when I was young, because when I got married because I was young, I loved my wife and she loved me back. But see, a lot of people say when you get married and you're old, it's very difficult, because when you get married when you're old, then you're trying to become, in a sense, form a corporation. That means, in a sense, is that you and your lady, y'all trying to, in a sense, come together and see how y'all can put your money together. Whereas when you get married and you're young, you know, you understand that you married your wife because she makes you happy. What are you talking about, Dr. Winters? I tell you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that's why the woman is depressed, because she makes you happy. She makes it so you can go to work and you have all those petty aggressions and you have people treating you like a piece of shit, but you can go home and you can relax and you can feel good because you got somebody who say, I can listen to you, baby. What's wrong? How was your day today? You know, I want to talk to you. You want to be like my mama. That's what the average brother say. When he should say, well, hey, you know, this or that happened today. How was your day, baby? We know the kids did this, the kids did that. I wish you would help me sometime with the kids. You say to yourself, hell no, I don't want to be up all night. Okay, baby, I'll be with the baby. I'll take care of the baby tonight. You know how it was when you had those babies, man, And you wake up in the middle of the night and your wife, well, my wife, your wife sitting in a rocking chair holding that baby at 3 a.m. in the morning. You got to go to work, but then sometimes you say, I'll take the baby. A lot of times your wife breastfeed the baby so the baby can be in the bed and y'all can sleep, get some sleep. It's tough, man. But see, that's the whole point. I wanted my sons to grow up to be men. And I wanted my sons to be the men like my father wanted me to be a man. And my father told me to be a man, and to be a man takes responsibility. A man is ready to take the heat when the heat comes. You see, that's how I was raised. That's how I tried to raise my sons. You know, I mean, hey, your kids gonna always make you mad. Your kids aren't gonna do everything you want them to do. But as long as if you got sons, you want them to grow up to be so you can respect them, and you want them to respect you too. See, that's what it's all about. When I was teaching school, when I was teaching school, when a kid did something, I said, hey, Johnny, I said, you know, I I don't want you to do this again. Oh, I swear on my mama, I won't do it again. I said, I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me about you gonna swear on your mama, your grandmama. I want your word. I said, because I tell them, I said, you are gonna be a man one day. And I said, you ain't got as a black, and I taught many black kids. So I said, as a black man, you ain't got. As a black man, you may never have any money. As a black man, you may never have any type of riches. As a black man, you may never have nothing. But it's one thing as a black man you got that I want you to understand is that you have your word. I said, do you give me your word? Do you give me your word? You won't do that again. Okay, Mr. Winters. Oh, yeah, I give you my word. I said, okay, that's cool. But don't be talking about you swear on your mama. Oh, y'all always say that. And then they start laughing. Yeah, you right about that. Yeah. It's about growing up and wanting people to be men. And the way you raise your children and the way you raise your students to be men is you make them understand at an early age is that it's all about respecting each other and it's all about living off a word. When I shake your hand, that's supposed to mean something. What are you talking about, Dr. Winters? What is all this stuff? Stop. I said, when I shake your hand and I say I'm going to do something, I got to do it. When you shake somebody's hand, you got to do what you claim you're going to do. And see, that's what it's all about. See, it's life lessons. It's life lessons. And it's very important in a sense, and it's very hard. See, it's very hard, very hard.